a specific task. And to introduction to Python, and in this lecture I'm going to discuss about the function in Python. So basically first I will talk about a little description of function. So basically function are block of statement which perform a specific task, and when we need this particular specific task in our programs we call that function. So basically function are used for code reusability purpose. Once a function has been defined, and whenever we need that functionality again, we call that particular function. So in Python the function is defined with def keyword. So to define a function, first we have to write the def keyword, and then after we have to write a proper name. So this should be a valid identifier. We can choose any function name, but it must be a valid identifier. Our function can take the optional parameters. So if it is required, then we have to provide the parameter inside this parenthesis, and then we have to provide the colon. So basically this is the function head, and to write the function body we can write a statement after indentation. So just providing indentation, we can write the statement inside the function body. So we can write our first statement as a documentation string, and it is written inside triple quotes. So this is an optional part, and it is only required when we want to explain something about our function. So it is for understanding of other person who want to use your function or code, so they can check what is your code do without just checking your complete line of codes of function, and they just call the documentation string of this function and they will get whatever you have written here, and basically it is an optional line. After that we can write any number of statement inside function, and then we could have a return statement. So our function can return a value, it may be or it may not be. So if it is returning any value, so we have to write return keyword, and then we have to write the expression which will return the particular value. So this is the syntax of function in Python. So to call that particular function, we will use the same function name which we have used for defining the function. So we will use the same function name here, and we have to pass exact number of parameters which we have defined in the function name. So for calling that particular function, we have to use the same function name as well as the same number of parameters. We will discuss more about the parameters later on. First we are talking about the function and how to basically write a function in Python. So when we call that particular function name, so these parameters are sometimes known as actual arguments, and the parameter inside the function definition is called formal arguments. And the very first line, which is a documentation line, it is a optional one, so we can provide it or we can omit it. It is up to you, but it is recommended that we should provide or write a documentation string in which we have to write the working of our function, so that another user which uses your function can understand easily without reading all complete line of code of your function. So let's have an example of function first. So here I have defined a function named fun, which takes two arguments a and b, and I am explaining that this function is doing what? It is adding two values which is passed as a parameter, and I am returning this value, that is the sum of these two values. So if someone call this function, or someone wants to use this code or this function, and that particular person wants to know what this function actually does, or wants to know what is the documentation string of this function, you can call function dot double underscore doc double underscore. So this will return the documentation string of this function. So whatever you have written here, this will return the documentation string of the particular function. So to call that particular function, we have to use the function name, that is fun here, and this function takes exactly two arguments or two parameters. So while calling this function, we have to pass exactly two parameters. So these two parameters are known as actual arguments, and these a and b will call the formal arguments. So as this function returns a value, so we are storing this value in another variable z, and we can again check this variable by printing it. So we will get the answer as a 30. Let's take another example of function. In this case, I have not written the documentation string. So basically it is a very simple function which name is my function, and it has a variable x which has a value 10, and I am printing this variable x. So basically this variable x is called local variable for that particular function, and this local variable is not accessible outside this function. We will see this more, we will see more about the local and global variable at the last of the function. So basically here we cannot access this variable x outside this function because it is local to that particular function. So in this case, I have taken another variable x which has assigned a value 20, and if I am calling this function myFun, so this will call, that means control will go to that particular point and it will execute this function. So x equals to 10, this will be executed. That means a variable x will be created with value 10, and this line will be then printed. That means the value of x will be printed, which is 10. After the control will come back and it will execute the last line, that means print value outside the function x. But this variable x belongs to this variable which is a global variable. So in this case I will get answer 10 and 20. 10 from this line by function calling and 20 from this line, which is the last statement of the code. Here the variable x which is written inside is the local variable, and here the variable x which has a value 20 is called global variable. The local variables are not accessible outside the block in which they are defined. So this is the output of that particular code. So generally in most of the programming languages, a function can be called by passing the values or by passing the references. Like in C or C++, we generally call a function either using by passing the values or either by passing the reference of the values. In case of by passing the values or calling the function by passing the values, we pass a copy of values to function arguments, that means formal arguments. But in case of call by reference, we actually pass the reference of that particular value. In case of C or C++, it is the address of the values of variables. So in case of call by value, if we make any changes inside the function, so these changes will not get reflected because we are working on the copies of the values. So these changes will not reflected in the actual arguments. But in case of call by reference, if any changes are made inside the function, so these changes will reflect inside outside the outside the function, that means in actual argument. Python does not support any of these two concepts. Basically in Python everything is an object. So for calling a function, we just pass the object's reference to the function. So basically here we will talk about the call by object reference or pass by object reference. So in Python, the object comes under two categories. Either the object could be immutable object, or either the object could be mutable object. So if the object is mutable object, that means it is a list object or dictionary object. So any changes made inside the function are available outside the function. But in case of immutable object, as we know that immutable objects cannot be modified, so if we do any modification over the object, so these modification will not reflect in the that means outside the function. So let's take an example of pass by object reference. Example, I have defined a function fun which has a variable a as a parameter. So before updation I am printing this variable, and after updation I am printing this variable, and at this line I am updating this variable. So to call that particular function, first I am taking a list. So basically list is an mutable object. So as soon as we will write this line, we will get an object in our memory. So we have this object in memory which is referenced by variable b, and when we call this function fun by passing this variable b as an argument, so as in Python we call the function by passing the object reference. So this object a will get the reference of this object, that means this list object. So in this case this object a or this variable a will refer to the same object which is referred by the variable b. So if I made any changes, that means if I am modifying a particular element of this object, in this case I am modifying the third element, that means element at index 2 is updated with value 80. So this value will be updated with 80. So after calling this function, if I print this object again b, so I will get this updated object. And inside this function, before update a, the answer will be 10, 20 and 30, and after updation it will becomes 10, 20 and 80, and when control comes back at this point, it will print this line or execute this line. That means this line will be printed, so the answer will be 10, 20 and 80. So this will be the answer. Let's take another example. In this case I am not updating the object, I am just changing the object. In this case, let's see what will happen. So I am taking again the same object b. So as soon as we write this line and execute this in interpreter, or when control will come at this point, this object will be created in memory. So this object has been created in memory first, and it is referred by variable b. And when we call this function fun by passing this object b as a object reference, so control will move to this function and then this line will be executed first. So when control will execute this line, the answer will be of this line would be 10, 20 and 30, because the object A will refer, that means variable A will refer to the same object, because in Python the we pass the object reference, not the object's copy. So basically A and B will point to the same or refer to the same object which is defined earlier. So the output of line first, that means this line will be 10, 20 and 30. And if I modify this object, that means this variable A is referring to another object, because I am creating another list object. So a new list object will be created with value x, y, z, and now this variable A, which was pointing earlier to this object, now will point to the new object x, y, z. So when I print this object, I will get answer for this line. I will get answer x, y, z. And after executing the last line of the function, the control will come back at this point, and after this the last line of this code will be executed. So values outside the function B will be same, that means it will remain 10, 20 and 30 for this line, and for this line I will get answer 10, 20 and 30, and for this particular line I will get answer a list which is having value x, y